From how the ending of the show's just over the horizon to Helen Mirren promising some exciting things for the next part, these are Yellowstone 1923 details you need to know. If you thought this prequel would be a long one, you're mistaken. It was destined to only have 2 seasons, so don't let the writer's strike get you down. While the prequels got everyone on their toes, rest assured that Season 2's on its way for sure. Brandon Sklenner, who plays Spencer Dutton, confirmed it himself. It turns out it was always supposed to be a limited series, so there's no way it's going to be left in the middle. It might surprise some of you that the strike's affecting the show, what with Taylor Sheridan being the only writer on the flagship show. But he actually hired a writer's room for this one. You can't lead a franchise solely on your own, right? The writer's strike has us all worried, especially since it halted the production of 1923 Season 2. That's right, filming was supposed to begin in June 2023, but got held off indefinitely. Oh well, at least the cast confirmed they're gonna make it one way or another. With the news of Yellowstone itself ending on its 5th season, I get why fans are upset at the prequel coming to a close, but it makes sense. After all, this was supposed to be a tiny glimpse into the Dutton family's past, and to top it off, the first prequel, 1883, only ran for a season. We're still neck-deep into the story considering the whammy of a finale they left us with, which brings me to the plot of Season 2. It's easy to guess that it'll continue where we left off, so let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? When I tell you that the finale was tragic, oh, I mean it to the next level. Elizabeth and Jack lost their baby. Tiana and Pete are still on the run. Jacob's financial struggles are heart attack-inducing, but the main issue left unresolved involves Alex and Spencer. Last we saw them, they were on their way back to Montana, where they encountered Alex's ex. In a mix of Wild West and British elite fashion, Spencer and Arthur dueled it out. The former got thrown overboard, and the couple were separated. This isn't the good type of cliffhanger, if there is such a thing. They're still not in Montana together. Alex is in England while Spencer's back home. So Season 2's gonna start off with their individual journeys, and the reunion's not gonna be easy. They are continents apart. I bet you're wondering if their characters are gonna change. Brandon's a step ahead of you because he teased a changed Spencer for Season 2. Nothing screams character development like being thrown off a ship, right? The 1923 actor explained that the finale has a deep effect on him. After all, Spence did kill a man in a sword fight. That too, his lover's ex-fiancée. According to Sklenner, it's bound to cause some conflict within. The Dutton's gonna be completely different. He was already dealing with a ton of shame and guilt from the war and not being there for his family for so long. Murder's his last straw. So he's got himself to blame for causing a scene, and he doesn't know if he's gonna see Alex again. I don't know about you, but that'd drive me insane. Brandon's really deep into his role because he psychoanalyzed his character to the max. Not only does Spence not know how to return home, he's assuming his family and Alex are dead. You can't blame the guy for thinking he's lost everything, and that's gotta kill him from the inside. Don't be too shocked if he has a Joker moment. As for the love of his life, Alex could save things back in Montana. Last we saw the Duttons at the ranch, Jacob and Kara were knee-deep in debt to Whitfield, and if they can't pay the overdue tax money back, the Duttons could lose their property forever. Judging by her journey, it's safe to say Alex is going to reach Montana first, and she can help out financially by asking her family in England for help. Since the threat to the ranch is a big issue, Season 2's most likely to make it the main plot line. It's got all the elements of a banger story. Whitfield versus the Duttons, a dispute over land, corruption to the max. All this screams Yellowstone. You know what else fits the franchise well? The storylines of the indigenous characters, and in this case, Tiana. Fans have been rooting for her ever since she escaped Father Renault. We saw her fight tooth and nail in Season 1, so Amina Nieways hopes she finds herself in the next one. And you can count on the actors for being their characters' biggest fans. Tiana went through hell and back because of Renault until Hank stepped into her life, got killed, and Pete helped her out instead. Amina talked about the scene where Pete and her talk, and she bravely kisses him on the cheek despite the odds. That's where Rainwater's character arc should go. The actress said that since she's been through so much, it's easy to forget that she's still young, and her childhood got taken away from her too early. She hopes we get to see the more comedic side to her because Tiana's got a sassy mouth, and she's smart in all the right ways too. Neoways isn't sure what's going to happen to her in Season 2, what with a halt in production, but you best believe she wants the best for Tiana. They didn't explore her connection to the Duttons a lot in Season 1, so this is an opportunity for the writers to bring them together. At the end of the day, they both need help against the forces threatening their lives, and seeing them unite against Whitfield and Renaud's gonna be killer. You can't have a story this good without crediting the actors. Mirren and Harrison Ford are stoked to come back. Sheridan revealed that the two main actors can't wait to get on set, despite having originally signed up for only one season. You know it's real when the actors love their job this much, and Ford even let Taylor in on a little secret. Guess what he told the showrunner? He said that 1923 is the best thing he's worked on in 20 years. You heard me, folks. The king of all things Western said this. The Indiana Jones actor backed up Taylor's comments, saying that he took the job with no scripts attached, putting blind faith in the creators for delivering a good story. Looks like it turned out better than he expected. Even though it's a lot of work, the veteran actor feels it's worth it. The same happened to Mirren, so don't worry about all the main characters. We'll see him in due time. Since the antagonists are bound to be at the center, Timothy Dalton and Sebastian Roach should make a comeback, along with Michelle Randolph and Darren Mann, because Liz and Jack Dutton have to deal with their miscarriage. Obviously, we won't be seeing the people who met their demise in Season 1, so it looks like we've got a packed cast ready to shoot the next episodes. With all this hype, I bet you're aching to know when the second season's gonna come out, but you're gonna have to wait because the release date's been declared indefinite. The strikes are delaying production by a mile, but don't lose all hope, since the series was initially predicted to come out in late 2023 or early 2024. Despite all the odds, its future's set in stone, along with the fact that it got renewed a month after the first season aired. You can't blame the public for loving the show this much. It drew in 7.4 million viewers across the US, and its premiere bagged the title of being the most watched one of 2022 on cable. Fans aren't the only ones excited. Mirren's really excited to see where it goes, saying that the show's renewal was great news for her, as Kara's a thrilling and fresh role for her to take on. You better take her word for it. She hasn't won Triple Crowns for acting for no reason. The veteran actress said that this show's been a journey into the unknown, and she's fascinated by her character and can't wait to see where Sheridan takes her. Even though she primarily takes care of the house, Helen promised that things are happening. What those things may be, we'll have to wait and find out. What makes it even more exciting is the historical aspect. Usually, you wouldn't expect audiences to lap that stuff up, but what can I say? Sheridan does a good job with his history lessons. Judging by the first season's synopsis, where they've said that the Duttons will go through major events, it's safe to say we'll see Season 2 in the throes of the Great Depression. Don't forget that Prohibition starts too, and it'll tie into the Dutton family struggle in some way. There you have it, folks. From Helen Mirren, promising some exciting things for 1923, to how the ending of the show's just over the horizon, those were Yellowstone 1923 details you need to know.